Okay, hey everyone. My sources of this speech are Global Climate Change, Vital Signs of the Planet, the National Wildlife Federation, and Geoengineering Watch, Climate Change. The question for my speech is, what signs are there that climate change is accelerating? Earth's climate has changed throughout history. In the last 6,500 years, there's been 7 completely different cycles of glacial advances and retreats. The last one was about 7,000 years ago. This is believed to be caused from our global warming, and this is also when people believe that human civilization was started. The climate change in our world is very clear and is easily shown and recognized through sea levels rising, global temperature rise, and the warming of our oceans. My first point are the rising levels of the sea. The sea has rose 17 centimeters or 6.7 inches in the last century. In the last decade, the average amount the sea level rises each year has almost doubled. The two main factors of this are melting ice and water expansion from heat. The melting ice is due from global warming, and the water expansion from the heat has to do with global warming as well. Because when water is heated, the molecules expand, which causes our sea levels to rise gradually over time. Sea levels have rose 3.4 millimeters per year. I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but each year 3.4 millimeters, it gets a little bit bigger, and they're just added up over time, and this causes a big deal. Researchers believe that people in Hawaii will not be able to live there anymore in almost 1,000 years because the sea levels are going to rise so much the island will be completely underwater. The biggest reason for my last point is global temperature. Global temperature has warmed so much since 1880. Most warming has occurred in the last 35 years though. 2001 was the warmest year on record, but it has risen steadily since then. 2016 is the warmest year on average, and it is believed that each year the average temperature rise will keep increasing and the average year temperature will increase as well. The warmest 10 years in history have been the last 10 years, which is actually really crazy. Each year, the average temperature per day rises 0.99 degrees Fahrenheit. Global temperature is the main source of happening for my next point as well, the warming of our oceans. Oceans absorb all the heat from around the world. There's so much surface area that it's hard not to. The top 700 meters, the temperature has risen 0.302 degrees since 1969. I know that's not even a full degree, but people have to remember that oceans are miles and miles deep, and the water on the bottom is so cold that people will go into shock the second they hit it. So all that water moving around, the average is going to seem low. This also causes a lot of different ecological problems. This causes fish and wildlife to have to move their different breeding areas and move to different parts of the ocean and different parts of the world because of the new temperatures. To breed the correct way, and especially for fish to lay their eggs, the temperature has to be exact certain degree. Because of the warming, they have to move, and especially into different times of the year because the water is so much different. In conclusion, the acceleration of climate change is very obvious and is becoming a big problem. In my opinion, people need to be smarter about the electricity they use, the cars they drive, and especially our big corporations and the factories that produce the coal and everything along those lines. All of my points go hand in hand. The climate change in our world is very clear and is shown through sea levels rising, global temperature, and the warming of our oceans. I really hope this problem can be stopped, or it's just going to get worse and worse, and our world's going to become a worse place. Thank you. And here are my flashcards.